Okay. Um, I feel like I'm like really really sleepy, but I got really tired of studying for this midterm. So I was like, okay, like chances are I'm not gonna go to sleep now, so might as well record. And this is like an interesting moment because I'm like I haven't taken a midterm like an exam in over like a year. I think the last one I took was like linguistics, which like doesn't really count because like it's just like a different format. This is for art history. I love how I'm like talking about this class as if it's like the only class I'm taking. I wish, but yeah. So I'm making like this, like there's like 25 paintings that were not paintings, artwork, that we're responsible for. So I'm like putting like their like title because we have to ID them, like artist title date, and medium, if not oil on canvas, I think. And like situating that in like some sort of historical context. Whoa, I really should uh, mute my phone. But yeah, okay. So yesterday I had like this like full crash out over like feeling really really directionless because I like don't want to not want ooh interesting. I was gonna say I don't know, but I said I don't wanna. I'll explore that later, but I was gonna say I meant to say, I feel like not knowing what it is that I want to do post grad is like really weighing on me. Um, and yeah, that honestly, that's it. That's like exactly what was the catalyst? Oh, okay. I was in a car with people and they were talking about like what they're doing, and I was like, they were talking about like all these like really concrete like corporate ideas. Oh my god, I need water. I'm all over the place. And then they were talking about like their internship and like drink water. And like how they're like they got their return offer, like they were gonna go do that, and I was like, this sounds really secure, but also like it sounds really really boring. Um, so I was like, I don't like. I'm glad that you found this thing, but I really don't wanna do that. I think, and I was like, then if I don't want to do that, like I feel like at this stage of my life, not like knowing what I don't want to do isn't really good enough. Because I feel like even with like college, just like what type of college I didn't want to go to was like a good start. But I feel like my senior year of high school, I kind of like distilled it down to like, okay, like this is the type of school I would probably enjoy going to. I'm not really there yet with what I want to do after. Because it's like, I don't think I want to go to grad school immediately after college, but that like only leaves like working, like actually having like a full-time job. um that's like the only other option, I think. I don't know, unless I do like a residency, which that could be cool. But even like I don't know what would be fulfilling because I feel like I just wear many hats, and I don't think there's anything out there in the world that could like satisfy everything that I really like doing. Maybe I should just like stop looking for that. But then I'm like, then what it is that I want to go after? Because there's obviously like the safer bet that is like going more corporate, like in that realm, and then there's like the more like creative aspects, like creative sides of things that I could go for. But then I'm always stuck in this like, this is what I want to do. This is what I could do. This is safer. This is more risky. And like that push and pull is almost like putting me in this like freeze mode where I'm like not doing anything at all because I'm like still constantly like thinking about which way to go. Um, yeah, that was like I just really like ended up thinking about that for a really long time after that car ride yesterday. And I was like, I'm so directionless and so incredibly scared. And I am. But yeah, and then today I was talking to I gave this information session, and one of the people came up to me. They were like, "Oh, what are you looking for after college?" And I was like, not the best timing, not the best timing to ask me that question. So I was kind of like, marketing, communications, consulting, XYZ, yada yada yada, like said a bunch of different things, and he was like, cool. And like I like immediately assumed that maybe like he like really liked the way I delivered the information session, so that's why he was like asking me, oh, like I have this opportunity or whatever, because I was like, okay, I don't know what this person's doing for work, so I'm just gonna throw in all the words I know, all the like industries that I'm familiar with. Um, but then I was like, do I really want to do any of those things? And then I reached the conclusion that like yes, like I could, and I would, um, but I just really need to get in the headspace of like doing something about, I don't know, like I'm still like evaluating these possibilities from like a theoretical standpoint where I'm like, oh, I could do this, I could do that, but like I like have to come up with an action plan. And it's so weird how I feel like I'm running out of time, but I know that that's not the case. Like this isn't like my end all be all, and things are gonna be fine. They always are. There's so many things that have happened to me, including coming to the college I'm at right now, that like make me feel grateful for how like things did not work out the way they were supposed to. Because I really wanted to go to college in the city, I think, like, or I thought that that was what I wanted to do, and then it was like I got here. I'm at a small college town, so it's like definitely like the antithesis of what I thought I wanted to do, and I feel like this isn't what I wanted, but this is exactly what I needed. So I'm like kind of hoping for an epiphany of that sort with what it is that I'm gonna do after college. And also another part of that is like I just feel like I've outgrown college. I don't know if this is obnoxious to say, but I feel like things have gotten so repetitive, uh, and also I really do enjoy learning, but I don't think I like taking classes. Um, I don't like that I have to externalize like what I have learned and like prove to professors that I've like learned something in like whatever format they choose for like a midterm or like a final or like a paper project, whatever. Like the way I externalize what I learn is making an intervention and making an argument, like potentially adding something different than like what we talked about in the class, or like doing a comparative study of things and like putting the pieces together. I don't know. And now I'm memorizing artwork, which probably like I feel like memorization is like part of the learning process where like you kind of have to have the tools and like the like key references in your head so that you can like engage in discourse with other people when it comes to like, in my case, like 18th century French art. Um, but that's like I find that to be really really boring. I don't know, and when I find something boring I tend to not engage with it meaningfully. um but yeah, let's like currently I'm in a state where I'm like not super nervous about this midterm, but also I really like this class, and that's why like I want to do my best. Like this is like an internal intrinsic type of motivation. It's not like, oh, I need to get this grade and get that grade and whatever. Honestly, I don't think I care enough about that anymore, which is freeing, but at the same time, I don't know, I want to be doing my best. So yeah, um, wow, that was a lot. Um, but I feel like, mm, I don't know what to say. Yes, I do feel a little directionless, but I also know that I'm in my element when I'm playing my own game, if that makes sense. I don't feel excited by the prospect of playing somebody else's game, or like playing, okay, enough with that analogy, like doing something that I'm quote unquote supposed to do, or like something that's like prescribed to me. um I just really like doing my own thing and like seeing what happens. I like frolicking and seeing what happens. But it almost makes me feel like, you know what, I'm gonna go over 10 minutes, I don't care. um I feel like because there's so many things that I would be excited like about like doing post grad, this makes me feel like I am being punished for being passionate for the first time in my life. Because it's always been like, oh, like, really enjoys learning, great, amazing, like, has something that's like going for him, like, is really passionate about XYZ, has like activities that he's like spending his time on at like outside of the classroom. Um, and that's like what got me into college, like being passionate about things. But now I feel like having passions and sort of like striking a balance between like what it is that I'm passionate about and what it is that would like give me some sense of security after graduation makes it feel like a compromise on my like integrity in a way. It makes me feel like not leading with my passions or like not leading with my truth feels like a compromise and like lack of self-respect, which I'm not saying that that's like the universal truth. That's just like how I'm feeling about this whole process. um Trade-offs. Yeah. Okay. Should I continue studying? I don't know. Let's see how many works I have left. I've done one, two, three, four, five, and I have 18 more. This midterm is on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. I'll just like, maybe I'll do one, like a couple more, and then, I don't know, watch Colbert and like go to sleep. Okay. Bye.